Take 2. The final wake-up call. What the world doesn't know. Well, the world's pretty smart, so I'm pretty sure most of you know this information, but some of you may not. World dictators. The Vatican is the sole owner of all Western corporate countries. The Jesuits are the real spiritual potentates. Throughout history, the Satanic Luciferian Jesuit order has been tied together with war and genocide. Being formally removed from many countries, including France and England, is still widely present in Spain and Italy. Researchers claim the Jesuits are the real spiritual potentates for the New World Order. Their choice for president is Paul Ryan, which is why they demanded he became inserted as Speaker of the House in October of 2015 by the Pope, as the Vatican was the sole owner of the United States of America Incorporated, which defaulted on its credit facility, the Federal Reserve Bank, in December of 2012, and came out of international bankruptcy in August of 2015. All nation corporations are created by the Roman Curia. It is no problem to trace this back to the Pope. At the same time, virtually all governments and their agencies in the world are corporations and are tied to and ultimately under the control of the Holy See. Pope Francis, a Jesuit, and selected by the Cabal as Roman Pontiff and leader of the Holy See, basically owns and operates worldwide all these governments and their sub-corporations. The Pope is the CEO in charge of this whole bloody mess. The Queen of England, the Pope, the Lord Mayor of London, and the banks with sitting governments, and a great many other parties, amongst others, CIA, Mossad, M16, are responsible for today's terror acts and criminality. This criminal wrongdoing has to be exposed to the entire world, meaning all of you. Otherwise, nothing is going to change for the better. The Cabal are hardcore Luciferian globalists and head on against the nationalists, like Trump promotes. Most of taxpayers' money is not for the benefit of the citizens and their country, as is told, but is used to pay the interest over the loans provided by central banks and goes directly into the vaults of the Vatican Bank. All the stolen gold by the Cabal has been transferred to planet Venus for storage. Oh, it's nice they try to incorporate a little bit of humor in there. Okay. So they stored the gold in Venus. Anyways, because they're not going to tell you where it is. Alright? They're not going to tell you where they transferred the gold to. So, they say Venus. The good guys are now taking measures to bring this stolen gold back to Earth, to be implemented worldwide in the soon-to-be-realized gold standard. All this together really must become a wake-up call to hell, because these Cabal forces are hell, guided by Satan from the planet Saturn. Now, these bad guys have arrived at your doorstep, sweeping you out of your house by using deceit to defraud you out of your land and your homes, and even taking away your children. These shadowy criminals have grown so fat and bold that they are ready to kill you off by the billions and bring Nazi Germany to life on your soil. But the cabal has an Achilles heel too, like Achilles himself, located at the bottom of their pyramid structure. There lives 99% of the population, and only because of the sheer number this group represents, they have tremendous power. The cabal is desperate to keep these masses under their control, to prevent them from waking up. You know, a lot of us have woken up, and a lot of us are not going back to sleep. So, just to let you Kabbalists know that. Anyway, onwards. The cabal strengthen and decrease this danger for them by fragmenting and dividing the 99% group amongst each other, and that's done by racism. Okay. This fragmentation of the population is achieved by creating fictitious groups and send the perception thereof that these groups consider each other as enemies and to feel threatened by each other. Okay, that's racism. You know, skin color against skin color, gender against gender, heterosexual against non-heterosexual, anything. And they're dividing us through racism that they are creating. Okay, the citizens aren't creating the racism; they are. Alright. So, anyways, this is typically the problem, reaction, solution, control mechanism. They expect the population will then automatically ask for protection, and therefore give the ruler a greater say in the assumption to be protected by their government. Well, we need to be protected from our government. That is controlled by the rulers. That comes at an expense of the people's freedom, but in favor of their power. So they're sacrificing our freedoms so they can stay rich and powerful and controlling at our expense. In order to achieve this goal, they spy on the public with every piece of technology available. They control the flow of information to being able to influence and determine people's perception. Importantly, they keep the population as poor as possible to divert their attention that totally is absorbed by work, money queries, and their fight for survival. The fruits of the labor of the population may, in any circumstance, not end up in the hands of the people themselves, as that would lead to financial, physical, and mental freedom, as that freedom would reduce the fictive need for leadership and thus undermine the legitimacy of their leadership. The population constantly must have to work much harder than actually needed. This, of course, also will produce much more than is needed. So this extra production is rapidly destroyed through war and higher taxes. Okay. Oh, there goes my circle-y thing again. Been having computer problems. Okay, the last eugenic weapon. For the purpose of mass killing billions of people, they have developed their latest eugenic weapon, the 5G revolution, creating an entirely new era of harm from ultra-high microwave frequency radiation. The 5G network will use higher frequency bands than previously thought possible, which are untested frequencies in the range from 24 to 100 gigahertz, or even more. New antennas infrastructure is needed with amplified signals for a massive deployment of these dangerous transmitters across the country, making sure to affect everyone. I guess that kind of sums everything up in a 10-minute nutshell. Alright, that's the final wake-up call. And don't go back to sleep. Alright, thanks for watching. Have a great day.